Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast, a brand new episode this week where, as we say all these weeks with the transfer window, it is heating up. Outgoings now are starting to really take
Mm.
shape. Scott Wright, Glen Kamara, obviously Antonio Cholak, who we'll get onto in the first slide, is left. The possibilities of people leaving the club, Borna Barisic, Ben Davies, hopefully, are all starting to sort of take shape as Michael Beale is properly building his team to go into all these fixtures with. Obviously, we've got the game coming up tomorrow, and we'll be able to see all these new players in action for the first time, see what they're all about. Maybe a time for Michael Beale to also see the players that he's took away in that camp, see if
Mm.
they've improved any in the actual competitive game, and see where their futures lie. But we'll talk about it in this video. If you could like, subscribe, and share, very appreciated. So first, we'll go on to Antonio Cholak then leaving. I think it was confirmed on Saturday. We knew last week he had left the camp in Germany, heading over to Italy. Talks with Parma, and it was all done pretty smoothly. No questions asked. 2.5 million fee we've got for Cholak. We've made a slight bit of profit on him, I think, as well, which is it's
Mm.
always nice to see. And I kind of just looked like the writing was on the wall. For Michael Beale really walked in the door that Cholak wasn't going to be at the club for much longer. Last season, he can hold his head up high in a really poor season. 18 goals,
Mm.
and the appearances he made for the club was really good, and also that all important goal to get us into the Champions League
Champions League.
was a good one. So Cholak leaves with, I mean, personally, my best wishes. I wish him all the best, and it's not a reason he's not good enough. Just a case of players are going to come in that will be fitting Michael Beale's situation a lot better.
That's exactly it, mate. And the right fee. Do you know what I mean? Everything about it just makes sense. As you say, you could tell when Bill came in, you knew probably him, Morelos were the ones that were going. But yeah, as you say, guy goes with the best wishes. Probably the most important goal scored at his time was as a Champions League goal. But I mean, you're going to Italy, so you can't complain, can you really?
Nah, he's getting an upturn in weather. I mean, he's got
Nah.
a big push to go and get Parma back into the Serie A. I mean, they've been down in the Serie B for a while now. A massive club, Parma, and you would like to hope Antonio Cholak's going to be spearheading them into hopefully getting promoted into the top division next year. So Antonio Cholak goes out, our best wishes. We've got a good feedback from him. Hopefully we can reinvest in players, and then obviously he goes and he's going to play a lot more regular football. So all the best to Antonio. And another outgoing that looks to be kind of happening imminently is Scott Wright. Scott Wright, I think it's newly promoted side, Pendixspor, I believe they're called. I've never actually heard of them before, but I believe they got promoted last year to the
Mm.
Super League. And Scott Wright, apparently 500,000 has been agreed between Rangers and this club for him to move over there. I think he's heading over there for talks as well to see if that one can sort of progress. And again, another one similar to Cholak, it definitely felt like this one was inevitable.
No, it's one that obviously had to go, mate. Obviously, just wasn't right fit. Do you know what I mean? But he's another one for me that obviously wasn't good enough, but he still goes with the best wishes. Do you know what I mean? Scored a goal in the Scottish Cup final, and any time he came on, do you know what I mean? Wasn't he the best? But he always gave his best. And it's just one for me that makes the most sense. Do you know what I mean? I was sitting here and I was thinking to myself he was going to Preston, but obviously that's not happening. He's another man probably looking for the sunnier weather, want to get a good way for the Glasgow rain.
Nah, it's exactly it. Him moving away abroad. I think it's also just a testament to Scott Wright as well that he's going to want to try and something new. He's been at Aberdeen, he's been at Rangers. It's not really worked out for him at Rangers, but you'll never question his effort and his application to
No.
the situation. Never once really grumbled about not getting played or whatever else. He kind of just played his way into teams at times under Gio and Gerrard and Beale. So nothing but best wishes for Scott Wright to go and play football. I think it's always the case. It was nearly there in a lot of his game. Like,
Aye.
it was nearly there in terms of his deliveries, his shots. It just wasn't good enough to put other players out the team. And he leaves again. Best wishes. He tried pretty much his best. You remember him for the Scottish Cup final goal, the assist for Glen Kamara against
Aye.
Leipzig. a couple of flashes of brilliance in there, but just I deemed not good enough. And Michael Beale's definitely sort of sorting that out. So Scott Wright will be on his way as well Glen Kamara. And Glen Kamara will be joining a team you are very, very familiar with. So coming to you here, Glen Kamara, I know Leeds today have just announced that Mark Rockers went on loan. Glen Kamara plays that position. Will he fit into what Leeds are trying to do?
Oh, obviously, we obviously new boys come in, Farker and the style that he's looking to play. Probably Kamara will come in and do well, but I just it's something, mate, where he needs a new challenge, as we've been saying. Last couple of times we've been on here, he needs a new challenge, and I mean, you've got all these bottle jobs, fleeing now because they're not good enough. Well, sorry, that they don't see themselves good enough to play. Well, sorry, they're not want to be in the Championship. They want to go abroad. They want to play European football and that. So I mean, for me, they're all gone. You just mentioned there wasn't good enough. Kamara, this is a chance for him to come in and actually, do you know what I mean? Freshen up, new challenge, massive club, and the atmosphere he'll be playing in week in and week out, mate. The support he'll have there. So, but in terms of playing for Daniel Farker, I think he'll definitely do well under him. There's a real chance now as well because I feel obviously with Leeds it's going to be a lot of the young lads and recruiting. Obviously, we're just you sent me today as well, looking at that boy for Chelsea as well, which is a bit madness. He's got relegated with the last two clubs he's been with Sheffield and then some Italian mob. But for Kamara, it's a real smart move, and for us as well. You know what I mean? Getting a decent fee for Kamara and then moving him on. I think it makes all the sense in the world, this move.
Aye, I mean we pretty much paid nothing for Kamara when you think back to the years, the 50 grand chant. Like we're going to be getting upwards of 4 million, plus a 10% sale on as well for Glen Kamara, and I think it's just one he's just stayed far too long. It just feels like I'm looking at these rumours come out today, and I'm thinking why is Kamara still here? Like why did we not cash in at the time? Because I have a lot of admiration for Glen Kamara. I really loved him in the season we won the league, and it just seemed like he was kind of held at his will. Sometimes when he was playing, you're like, do you even want to be here? With some of the performances he was putting in. Obviously, last summer as well, his two best mates leaving. Obviously, the situation happened with Slavia Prague couldn't have been easy either to deal with for himself. So I think there's a lot going on for Glen Kamara. He's been a really fantastic player for us over the near 200 games that he's played for the club. Right. It's a case where he is kind of down tools, similar to Ryan Kent as well, over the past couple of seasons, and it's time to really just cash in. He needs a fresh challenge as well. He needs somewhere to go and play football. And Leeds will be that place, Felix.
Absolutely, sorry, mate, but it's a massive challenge as well in terms of coming into Leeds and trying to get us back at the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be easy. Championship's a tough league. Do you know what I mean? It really is. So for Kamara, I think it's a fantastic move for him, mate, to get away. As you say, he's sort of I feel like he's just been forgotten. Do you know what I mean, in the background? But it just makes all the sense in the world. I mean, I thought he was going to go that January where he was linked with was a French club that Ramsey was at again. So
Nice.
I thought he was going to go then. I thought that made kind of sense, but I mean, you sent me today the fact that we're going to see Kamara and Joe Rebo in the Championship playing against each other. That's one there.
No, exactly. I know. Just very strange how it's played out, but I do think this is a really good move for Glen Kamara. I think, obviously, you being a Leeds guy as well, you'll be able to keep a close eye on how he does. But I just think he's going to, after playing with Rangers, obviously the demands up here, going down to the Championship with Leeds, where Leeds they're desperate to get back up to the big time again. Those demands up here would have helped him and his mentality as a player to go and try and do that for Leeds. So again, another player that goes with your kind of best wishes. It's just one of them that's stayed far too long. When you think back when we should have sold him, probably just after we won the league, that's where his value would have been the highest, and we didn't take that opportunity. But it's still nice to get a good fee in when you look at the players we've got out the door, hopefully in the next week or so. Cholak for 2.5 million, Scott Wright for about 500 grand, and then Glen Kamara obviously going
still here.
Barisic could add to that next week. We'll see what happens with that.
I hope so, because
but you're looking if you add Barisic into that, like near 10 million in terms of outgoings, which is good.
Absolutely fantastic business. So far for biz growth in the Moyes, it's been fantastic business. So, I mean, it's just really getting rid of the players that, obviously, as we've said here, that obviously Kamara and Scott Wright, they've just maybe stayed too long than what they should have done. With Cholak, it's just he doesn't really fit. Do you know what I mean? What Bale's probably got planned, but I mean, hopefully we'll all be sunburned soon.
Nah,
That's
well,
all.
it's what you want when you see a Brazilian that's been linked with the club, and this one just hasn't been going away. I mean, last week I think it was there was rumours coming out on the follow forum on Twitter on sort of various outlets that would bid again for Danilo. Feyenoord's closest source as well on Twitter also reported that we had bid for him, much more closer to the asking price they're looking for him. I think it's between about 6 and 7 million. They're
Reasonable.
looking to get the guy in, but I've just saw Feyenoord are away on their trip. I think they're in Austria. Danilo is part of the squad. Obviously, that's happens. He's a player of Feyenoord. He'll go, but he's on that tour. I've also seen that their main striker Santiago Gutierrez is banned for the first 2 UCL games, I believe. So I think they're looking to get a a replacement in for Danilo if he leaves, so they can have somebody there to also cover his absence as well. So this might be one that keeps ticking over, and it might be a couple of weeks from now before we actually see proper
Man, the
concrete
Rangers shirt.
movement in it. But for what I've seen on the fourth official, very valid and reputable source on Twitter that post a lot of updates on Rangers saying they're trying to get it done as fast as possible. So I would like to be sat here in a couple of weeks doing an episode thinking, Danilo's going to be a Rangers player, but I think it might tick over for a while. But it's nice to know we're sort of near the asking price and near to getting it done.
So what you're telling me is there's a chance this guy could be making videos saying goodbye to the fans and everything, but still playing for them.
I mean, if Jose Cifuentes is anything to go by, I mean, possibly again, not even added him to the list here because it feels we just keep talking about him and talking about him. It's the same update every single time. So, you would hope a lot quicker and a lot smoother than that one seems to be.
I'm concerned with that deal now. I personally, I'm a bit nervous now. You know what I mean? That's a guy you really want in. Same with Danilo here. You really want to get these kind of players in, but I'm concerned now because if we really wanted them, I think he would have been here. I don't know if it's anything maybe to do with international kind of papers or whatever. I don't know. Not that savvy, but I just think if we wanted him that badly, he'd already be a Rangers player.
I just think it's maybe down to the case of just a couple of blocks in the road where obviously Ellie have been playing there in the middle of their season. He's kind of been away on international duty, like agreeing a fee as well. Obviously, if we have to get him now, we need to pay up. So it's getting that fee agreed as well with LA. So I would like to think in the next week or so, I would love to have be talking about how that deal is getting closer and how we're signing him. But I'm the same as you. I'm getting worried as well that it might just end up in a bad way. But hopefully, I mean, Danilo, this guy is just
That's the main one.
the supporter just all in on this. Every single tweet the Rangers put out, where is Danilo in this video? People posting replies to tweets about, oh, how's your club season going to go? And they've got Danilo for top scorer. Like, he's not even here yet. And everybody's so all in on getting this guy in. And that's what you want for a transfer. Everybody's just excited and buzzing about the potential of having this kind of guy in. And I look back to the players that we would like into the club and the players that we would always talk about, and he fits the bill to an absolute T. So just praying that we can get that one over the line.
It's just one of them exciting signings, as we're saying here. Do you know what I mean? Just one of them where everyone, as you're saying, just gets behind it. Do you know what I mean? Like having a Brazilian in a Rangers shirt is just that's exciting. You're going to see your dad doing the samba. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully, love it, your dad's doing the samba.
Well, I hope so, but hopefully that one grows a bit closer as we go back to Ibrox tomorrow. It's been an absolute lifetime, it feels, but. The first pre-season friendly in front of a sold-out crowd at Ibrox as well, which is good. 8,000 Magpies as well for Newcastle. Going to be an absolute brilliant atmosphere, and our first opportunity to see our new players firsthand, see how they are. I'm really looking forward to seeing, personally for me, Sam Lammers is a guy that's really caught my eye in all the training videos and the bounce game they put the highlights up to in Rangers TV. He really caught my eye as somebody who could really excel in this Michael Beale side. But for you, who are you kind of looking forward to see?
I mean, I'm just looking forward to seeing how the team play together. But I mean, usual boys coming back. I'd obviously like to see my boy DeSess. I want to see how he does. But I'll get him. I mean, I'm just excited to see fresh players in the Rangers jersey. But the main reason we're all going to be there, mate, obviously, is to celebrate Al McGregor.
Exactly. He might not even get a start. Will he be on the bench? Will he play 90 minutes? Will he hand over the gloves to Butland? We'll need to wait and see.
McCrory hijacks it. They're mine.
McCrory cashes in the money in the bank and takes the number 1 jersey. But it's just going to be an all-round good night. I think Al McGregor obviously saying his farewell to a sold-out Ibrox. Seeing what we've got in store for the future to come as well is really, really exciting. Seeing Tom Lawrence, Raskin back in training today is even more positive news. So, really, really buzzing for the game tomorrow. Just buzzing to get the football sort of back in full flow. And I think
No long to go.
No long to go now. Michael Beale, see what he's got up his sleeve with all these guys we've brung in. But that's kind of been, there's been a lot to talk about, and we've covered it in about 20 minutes, so I think we've done well there. But as always, if you could like, subscribe and share, let us know your thoughts on Danilo, let us know your thoughts on the exits as well, the good moves for the club and the player, and would you like anybody in to replace them? Get talking to us in the comments. And as always on Twitter, we're posting all the time. Anything possible we're talking about. So get us over there as well, and we'll see you in the next episode.